What's up guys, how's it going? So, today we're gonna talk about weddings. Actually, we're gonna talk about not weddings, we're gonna talk about A7IV I was using at those weddings. I was a little bit scared about this camera. I have some bad feelings that something's gonna happen. Let's start with the most important topic, and it's overheating issues. This was my main concern. If you go at a wedding, you cannot be let down by your camera. Most important part here about A7IV was this overheating issue. And I can tell you, I was so much uncomfortable using this camera, to take this camera first time and start using this, but good, I have two other cameras still with me. Still, I was using this camera somewhere on a tripod, rolling constantly. This was kind of thing that make me scared. But it turns out I was inside, I was recording for more than 40 few minutes. I was outside also recording for more than 40 minutes. I was using 4K 60, and I can tell you it has no issue. I heard that some guys have a overheating icon they get very quickly inside. Actually, my friend get this problem with his camera. For I don't know, that production model difference a little bit or something, but I I didn't even try to overheat this camera at home, and I was recording over 2 hours. This camera was sitting here over 2 hours something, and it didn't overheat. I was using this camera basically the whole day. From the very morning I was start recording some bureau shots, some establishing shots around 8 o'clock, and through the whole pre-ceremony I'm using 4K 60. In some longer shots I switched to 4K 24, but overall I do record 4K 60 nearly most of the shots, because I in some cases want to slow them down. Another thing that is different between A7III, for example, because I mainly compare those two, A7IV grip is bigger. The camera overall is bigger. If you look at this camera from the top, is the best perspective to see that the overall body it's bigger. I prefer to have a smaller cameras. That's why I like so much 6400. Even with extra grip, this camera is very small, lightweight, and it feels very comfortable. But I will say that with a bigger lens, the bigger body feels definitely better. And if I do some photography holding this camera in a vertical position, this feels more stable. You'll feel more sure, more secure that nothing's gonna happen to the camera. So overall, well, this is a bigger chunk of the camera compared to the smaller 6400, but well, it's good, it's feeling good. Third good thing about this camera is menu. Touchable, fast, very intuitive. You can very quickly see what is in the folder. So, I was using mostly this favorite catalog, where you can put all the most important functions there. But still, here in A7IV overall, if you need to jump between a function inside of the menu, well, I have to say, really is a pleasure. It's better. It's just better. I still not adjust to whole menu, but feel much better, and definitely I can find things much quicker than with A7III, so it's a plus. Next one is stabilization. So they improved the stabilization. It's better, but compared to A7III, A7IV, I would say a little bit more usable, and that's it. The big part of it is gyro, and basically I was hoping that gyro will solve the issue. And maybe I didn't figure it out yet, but I was using gyro for a longer shot. If I'm recording tables on dance and everything, really catalyst browser take a lot of time. This really can crop your image very badly. Even if you try to be very stable, still will hit you, and like this will definitely crop the image a little bit too much. Of course, you can adjust there how much, you know, stabilization you want, so this will like give you a little bit more of the size, but still it's not like I will like want it to have. I would say that it's a big improvement. I have to learn it. I have to try to find a way to use the gyro, but still I had a big hope because I like to have camera in my hand and I like these movements in the camera. I don't like this, you know, flying gimbal stuff all the time, super fluent movement between one shot and another. This like this kind of shots don't giving you this kind of action of this what is going on. I like moving around, but I don't like this shaky stuff going on. Big change here happened. It's about the colors. This change is, I would say, massive. I know that maybe some people will say not, but for me, when I was using and I was like working in post-production many years, mostly people, photographers, or videographers were using Canon, and I remember this nice, beautiful skin all the time, always, whatever you would do with the image, you always get these nice colors there. And with A7 III, you have this, I have to say, shitty magenta feel, and you have like part of the face that is in nice orange color and part of the face where you have this magenta kind of crappy stuff going on in your face. So Canon give you always this, if he hits the skin, you always have this constantly you know, correct color on the screen. When A7 III we had like a mess. This one maybe will shock you, but I do prefer the old, at least for now. I do prefer, maybe because I used to it, I don't know. I do prefer kind of this old option when you can rotate up and down the screen on the A7 III. When I was doing video, really this makes me feel much more comfortable. For example, right now when I want to plug some microphone and give some extra stuff, sometimes I'm putting some lamp on the side. Here right now I am really limited to do this, and more likely I cannot, like right now, if I want to do some like low shots, I cannot just lift it up, and I cannot like open it because it's always hits something that is on the left side. So, you know, I have to adjust to this, so maybe I will find a way. I know that vloggers push like companies to do this thing, and actually what's happened when I was rolling this way, and very often when I'm doing some handheld work, I keep this camera far away from me, so I had a moment where actually drunk guy just hit the screen. So well, I don't know, I just feel much more comfortable with the older A7 III. Audio, what about audio? I don't use too much of audio from the camera, but to be honest, I have to say it because if you are using this camera, audio overall from Sony cameras is really good. I like the audio from the camera, but A7 III, for example, when I was spinning around, you know, and I was moving between couple and the guest, and you know, music was playing from the one side of the corner from two speakers. Of course you are losing some kind of, you know, volume, but with A7 IV I realized that when you rotate this camera, you feel like really the camera is losing some kind of this beat and losing this kind of high tones of the audio, and I don't know, you have a feeling that is really faded, I would say, the right direction, and the music sounds beautifully. And now you're going back with the camera and this shit's coming by. Just saying, audio is like, you should use like external microphones, but overall I didn't have problem to use A7 III audio because it was, you know, good. The biggest also nightmare is 4K 60 cropped 1.5 is a mess. really I have to change a lot of time lenses. The last one what I was noticing is that this camera is much better with autofocus, and you can actually change the autofocus in the corner. If you look at the screen, should be here. So you have like a square over here, you can click it, and you have like a spot focus, and you can click it twice and jump to like a tracking focus. So you can jump between these options very quickly. I like this a lot, but also what is very important, that even if you are not using Sony lenses, you still not gonna get so much, like you don't have actually, I didn't notice at least, this breathing problem. So that's it guys, I'm really satisfied with A7 IV, not overheating issue. 4K 60 as I say is a crap, audio is a crap here too, but overall no overheating. We still have this 4K 60, even if this is a mess. The colors are much better and I like it. Screen, well, it's up to you really. Grip is better, and I can say that yeah, I'm really satisfied. I'm really satisfied with the camera. I like these buttons, I like the menu. Overall, it's definitely switching between modes here is just much better option than, you know, in the previous A7 III. So yeah, A7 IV, highly recommended. Very good for weddings all day long, no problems. Oh, the pictures, we're gonna talk about pictures, because pictures are really good too. So I'm gonna do like a separate episode about this. Definitely A7 IV in both hybrid, like video and photo. Yeah, it's improved. It's really improved compared to A7 III. Besides, as I said, this audio, but you can solve it very easily with the external microphone. So yeah, it's worth it. It's really worth it. So highly recommend you guys. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe. Links to A7 IV down below, to Tamron and some of my equipment. I will see you in the next one. Bye.